Hi everyone. My name's Jen. I'm a science illustrator. I have a background in both science and fine arts, and so I learned a couple of years ago that I could actually merge these two things together and make a career out of it. So here I am. I've been freelancing in Vancouver for the last year, and this is what I do now, so very exciting. I just thought I'd start with this image here, which is just a little meme from Twitter that is called Art versus Artist, and you might look up that on Twitter when you have a chance. But this is just my contribution, tiny little mini portfolio, and so yeah. So this evening is about collaboration, and I just wanted to mention that everything that I do as a freelance science illustrator in the last 11 months has been a collaboration. The scientists and researchers and writers that I work with, they have ideas, knowledge, and information that needs to be translated visually, and it's my job to make that happen. So I can't do that unless I collaborate with them in pretty good detail. So help if I don't put this down. I would actually really love to show you some of my more recent client work that I've done in the last year, but so much of it is actually in the publication pipeline right now. It's in the queue. It is in peer review purgatory. So a lot of the illustrations that I've done, I don't have the green light to show you yet because they're not published yet. So even though I retain the rights to all of my work, I still give my clients the right to first publication. So instead, I'm going to show you one piece that went straight to social media. So this one? Okay. So we could probably spend 10 minutes just talking about this one piece that I did for Dr. Paige Giroux at the Louisiana State University. Her science communication research had a sample population that divided itself very clearly into three demographics that she asked me to illustrate. And so it became very clear to both of us that we could not use human figures in this illustration for very obvious reasons, and so we had to use something that was cute and approachable and also fairly generic, and so we went with little brown birds, and so I got to draw a towhee and a lab coat, and so that is one of the career highlights so far. And so, as I said, the scientists, they share with me their stories and their research and their writing, and they give me references in the form of photographs. Sometimes they even give me real specimens, and so I basically merge all of those together and composite them into a science illustration. So this is some of my work that I've done in my portfolio, so that I have to show you those instead of the recent client work that I've done in the last year. So I'm going to show you some portfolio stuff. This piece was done for the Beaty, where I did my internship. When I finished grad school, I had my internship at the Beaty. So I needed four or five different resources to put this illustration together. So I had access to the half shell. I had access to a nautilus in a jar, and a photograph of the living part, the tentacles, and what I call affectionately the head pancake, which is the hood. So I composite all this together. You could not actually saw a nautilus in half while the body was still in there and have it look like this. So this is something that a science illustrator would have to do to understand what the body looks like on the inside there. So good timing. I was just going to change it. This is a reconstruction of an ammonite, and it's really only this big. So, in any case, lots of composites there, and one of the benefits here was that I got to go to the Geological Survey of Canada office downtown Vancouver and a real ammonite fossil from them, so that was pretty cool. It was like checking a fossil out of a library. This piece is from my grad school program. It is an illustration of the sea star wasting syndrome. Has anybody heard of this? So this is my interpretation of that. It was published online in the UCSC Science Notes publication that they do every year, but I've separated it from the article there because I didn't quite like their font choices. So I was not the graphic designer on the team, so I decided to show it to you just by itself. The white background helps to isolate the sea stars so that you can see what's going on with them, but it also represents the clinical, very sterile laboratory conditions that the scientists investigated the disease to try to figure out what the heck was happening. Wow, that's really orange. It's kind of dark, but the light is orange. That's supposed to be black here. So, this is an example of a conceptual illustration that I would do in for a magazine or for a magazine article. Usually, the words when I show this picture, I don't include the words at the bottom, usually deficit disorder, but I thought it'd be a little bit more. I thought it'd be a little bit more obvious because we're limited on time here. So this is a topic that is dear to me, so this was a fun illustration to do. So I also do infographics and interpretive panels. That's something I can do. I like working with maps. I like learning about the subjects that I'm illustrating. So here I got to really dive into the difference and similarities between the barred owl and the northern spotted owl. So that was a fun project in school there. And this piece was actually the first piece that I did on commission. It wasn't paid commission. This was actually a mock-up that I did in grad school, where my instructors were the art director and the expert at the magazine. It was a real magazine. But everything that I did for this piece was to their specifications, what they wanted to see. So this is really interesting and a very big learning point for me. And this is the last piece that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this and then move into my pitch afterwards. So this piece, where I am, there you are, okay. So this is the piece that I was talking about. This is a little biopic, Trompe-l'oeil style illustration of the life of Emily Carr. It's made to look as though some objects were just placed on a table and somebody has just walked away from that table. But some of these pieces are real and some of them are imagined. And in any case, it's really fun to put the life of a person into one piece of artwork. And so this thing is actually 25 by 25 inches, and it hangs over my bed right now because nobody bought it at my shelf. So it's okay. Yeah, so I actually would really love to do more pieces like this. I do like this style of illustration quite a lot, and so that was really fun to do. And I have some ideas for some future ones. Right, so my pitch, we're all here for collaborations, and actually one thing that I want to do is to bring more awareness to the field of science illustration, specifically here in British Columbia. I know that there are more of us than there are first years. Some of us are, like for myself, I call myself a science illustrator. That's what I specialize in. But there are illustrators who are generalist illustrators who happen to illustrate science sometimes. And sometimes there are people who are graphic designers, or maybe they call themselves fine artists more specifically, and they do some science illustration here and there. And also there's plenty of scientists as well who do art on the side, and maybe they do their own illustrations for their papers. In any case, the field is varied, it's diverse. We've got a lot of different topics. There's paleo and microbiology, and there's just all these different fields of medical as well. So the one thing that all of our work has in common is it looks fantastic in a gallery. So what I'm interested in doing is actually sometime in the next couple of years putting together a where did I get that word from? Putting together an art show, actually, where I would like to see some science illustrators come together and to put their work up in a gallery. And so, with the help of Curiosity Collider and maybe some of you and maybe some others, maybe you know someone who isn't here tonight. So if you know anybody who would be interested in helping with something like that, I would be interested to talk to you afterwards. I know that we would need to acquire a venue and we would need to curate some varied content, and that could be anything from projected animations to really technical drawings in a frame. So there's lots of different options, and we would probably need to organize some PR as well and that kind of thing. So yeah, that is my talk. So thank you so much for your attention and patience. And
have questions or any questions for Jen at the moment? Okay. Oh, yeah, go ahead, please.
You may have mentioned it, I might have dismissed it. What was your educational background?
Oh, thanks. So I have a Bachelor of Science in Geography from the University of Victoria. I have a certificate in Fine Arts from Emily Carr, and then I did my Science Illustration Master's Certificate down at Cal State Monterey Bay. And I just finished that in 2015, so that's why I'm here now, back home in Vancouver.
So how did you get the opportunity to start like illustrating like this professionally?
Bit of a leap of faith. I finished grad school and I decided to move home, and I had a bit of a kick in the pants to do it. So maybe a personal question, but that's all right. Can I talk to you after? All right. Yes.
What tools and materials do you use for your artwork, and how do you design?
Everything. I use everything from graphite to Photoshop, and everything in between. So I use watercolor, acrylic, gouache, colored pencil, lots of digital. So I mix and match quite a lot. And actually, that's one thing that I do. If we go back to go past the terrible bear there, go back to this one. This was a lot of watercolor, actually, that was digitally composited. So, and then the sea stars.
I'm guessing your final pieces aren't digital, they're delivered.
Yeah, exactly. So I clean everything up in Photoshop as well. So everything gets tidied up around the edges and whatnot. A lot of it does go into online publication or even print publication. It's good to use digital to clean it up, yeah, or composite.